Hi, and welcome to this October edition of CPSB-TV at College Street Vocational Center. I'm Levante.
And I'm Jaden. Coming up, see what's on the ballot in November 5th election. CPSB-TV talks to several students about the issues they care about.
Plus, go along with us to Friendships in Lake Charles, where a disaster relief crew is loading up to help hurricane survivors in Florida.
And the legacy of a Sam Houston volleyball coach in her final season after 33 years of coaching. Our top story today, we are just days away from the 2024 presidential election.
From immigration to education, the economy, and more, CPSB-TV reporter Layla Benoit says there's lots on the minds of teens this election season.
For many teens, this will be their first opportunity to vote in an election. Regardless of their age, their passion for these issues still runs strong.
Immigration, and I know this is also something that we hear a lot about on the news, different news stations, but my parents are immigrants from India. They came, and I was born here, but they have, ever since they moved here, they've dedicated their life to the public education system. And actually, my dad this past year had won CPSB Teacher of the Year, and then went on to win Louisiana High School Teacher of the Year. So I just seeing this and just knowing that allowing people to come and live a life that they can't have elsewhere is so important, because that's how I'm here. I'm able to have all the opportunities that I have, but also knowing that letting just anyone in can be dangerous for the people that are here. So just having that balance.
The economy is a little bad right now, and I feel for blue collar people, or like people that are in different fields like electrician and welders. It's a little bit difficult for them to get houses because everything is so expensive. I have a bunch of family that does that type of work, and they used to be able to like make good money and then have a good lifestyle. But throughout the years, everything's like more expensive.
I think like many other people, financial reasons, because of the past reasons and past problems and things that need to be fixed and things that need to be resolved as far as otherworldly problems, things dealing with us that we shouldn't be involved with.
I think now that we have a lot of new technology, a lot of the technology is taking over probably a lot of the other people's places, to where not a lot of people have enough money or places to work or any stuff like that.
Other big issues teens mention are college affordability, gun control, climate change, and women's rights. With your teen report, I'm Layla Benoit.
Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. We will not have school that day.
There's more than the presidential election on this ballot this November. Voters in Calcasieu Parish will also be selecting a U.S. representative, a Court of Appeals judge, and depending on where you live, a Calcasieu Parish police juror. There's also a constitutional amendment that would send offshore wind, solar, and alternative energy funds to coastal protection. To see what's on the ballot, go to calcasieuclerk.gov/elections.
Early voting lasts until Tuesday, October 29th. It's from 8:30 a.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. daily, except on Sundays. Here are some of the locations where you can vote early. The Lake Charles Registrar of Voters office in the Calcasieu Courthouse downtown, Sulphur, Law Enforcement Building, 500A, Moss Bluff, Library and I-Way, Library Activity Annex.
September and October brought deadly and destructive hurricanes to the southeastern part of our country.
While Louisiana was spared, we're no strangers to the eye of the storm. CPSB-TV's Luke Hargrave spent a morning with disaster relief organization called Friendships, stationed right here in Lake Charles, just hours before they left to help in Florida. Here's their story.
Right now we have a small team in the Middle East, and then we have our teams here in Lake Charles. We have a team ready, or in the process of getting ready to go into Florida to respond with the hurricane that hit. We have an assessment team that goes in ahead of time and kind of works out the main things that need to be done. In the past, we've ranged from everything from feeding people to assisting with searches, sandbagging, house cleaning. We work really depending on what needs to be done.
In the case of going to Florida or wherever we go, whether it's local or abroad or to Israel later on, part of that entails not being shy to use the gifts that we've been given. by God, being courageous, and also using our physical training, which we do every day, multiple times a day, in order to serve the community through food distribution or through supplying needs in natural disasters or whatever needs to get done in particular.
There's always the standard things that are always needed in a disaster: food, water, hygiene, sanitation supplies. We understand that when people in our community are hurting, they need us to step in and help them with the things that they need help with. Everybody here volunteers. We're a 100% volunteer organization. So we do this because we want to help. We have a heart to help needy people. And we know that there's people out there in our community that have a similar heart. And anybody that would like to help us gather those commodities, or even come in and help us with some of the things that need to be done here, we'd love to have them come.
The Friendships Group plans to help in Florida for the next 2 weeks. If you're interested in contributing to their cause, go to friendships.org to learn more about how you can help.
One Lake Charles 8-year-old is making a big impact for schools affected by Hurricane Helene. Abby Rudd says one of her teachers at Episcopal Day School told her about the hurricane and how it affected some schools. She decided to come up with a lemonade stand to raise money with her classmates.
Well, one of my 3 teachers told my class a little bit about the hurricane and how it affected some schools, and told us to find a way to help out with those schools. I thought of the lemonade stand because it was hot and people like lemonade.
The lemonade stand brought in a whopping $2,240. Abby says that money is being sent to an Episcopal Day school like hers in North Carolina.
4 of our programs on campus just got a big financial boost. They were recently visited by members of the Louisiana Construction Education Trust Fund. They brought with them a $25,000 check for the carpentry, electrical, welding, and pipe fitting classes.
We just want to support the programs that are creating the workers of this industry for tomorrow. There's no doubt that this industry needs workers. We're actually in a construction boom in Louisiana, and we are looking for workers. So it's about supporting the future of this industry.
This money will be distributed among these 4 classes to buy new equipment.
Another big development on our campus is transforming our very own video production program. This is what the old auto body shop looked like 6 months ago, and this is what it looks like right now. What you're seeing is a sitcom set in the works. There will be a living room, eat-in kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom, all to give extra spaces for filming super cool productions. Here's what our instructor said about this dream come true.
So I'm always looking for ways to expand learning opportunities in our program, and when this shop became available, I knew it would make a perfect space to build a set that could be used for sitcom and film production. I'm grateful our school district is supporting making this happen, and we have a great partnership with the carpentry program on our campus too, planning out the build and doing all the framing work.
The sitcom space also has a classroom connected to it that students will be able to utilize for multi-camera switching. We've also added a podcast production area. The sitcom set construction is set to wrap up before the end of this year. Turning now to the sports and the legacy of a local volleyball coach who's made a tremendous impact on her players.
CPSB-TV's Ava Henry has the story of Sam Houston coach Renee Fontenot and her 33 years of coaching the sport she loves.
Volleyball season is coming to an end, and things are looking good for the Sam Houston High School Lady Broncos, ranked 2nd in the state.
I have been super excited about this season because of the quality of kids that we had returning. We had a lot of very dominant players with great experience coming back to lead the 24 season.
Our team is very close. I love the chemistry we have and friendships that we're making.
This year, I really think we could reach our peak and make it this year.
The passionate celebrations for their fast-paced style of play is nothing out of the ordinary for this team. The cheers this year, though, hold a different meaning for Coach Renee Fontenot.
I have been coaching for over 3 decades, so this is officially season 33. I think that when I first started, Sam Houston wasn't known for volleyball. We were always lagging so far behind Lafayette and Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Now that is not the case. that when we step in, people already know who Sam Houston is, and that's a great feeling.
The legacy Coach Fontenot built has inspired so many girls to play high-level volleyball. The most important part of her impact was encouraging young ladies to have confidence in themselves.
She has made me believe in myself more. She knows I'm capable. She knows that I have the qualities and skill to be the best libero. She puts faith in me, and she's a great coach.
Coach Fontenot's career has had a lot of success on and off the court, but now next year will mark the beginning of a new chapter for the coach and team.
When I retire in December, I will go to work full-time for the police jury with Lake Charles Ward 3 Recreation. I'm currently the aquatics director there. My next mission is going to be improving aquatic safety and swim capabilities for Lake Charles.
It is almost playoff time, and this team wants to go out with a bang.
I hope that everybody comes out to watch our girls compete, and go Broncos!
We're coming for you, and we're coming for that state championship.
Go Broncos!
Broncos 3, 1, 2, 3, Broncos!
With your teen report, I'm Ava Henry.
Coach Fontenot says she's excited about her next chapter, where she will be working full-time to increase swim safety in our community and reduce drownings.
District games are heating up in football. With just a few weeks remaining in the regular season, CPSB-TV sports reporter Tomas Rubio breaks down the standing going into Week 8.
Hi, I'm Tomas Rubio here with CPSB-TV Sports Report. We're already halfway through the mark of high school football. Let's take a look at our standings across the school district. We have the Iowa Yellow Jackets, who have had yet another successful start to the season at a record of 6-1, as well as the DeQuincy Tigers, who are also 6-1. And in a shocking turnaround, the LaGrange Gators have changed the script from a season ago, where they only won one game. And this season, though, they are currently sitting at 5-2. The Westlake Rams are also holding strong at 5-2. The Sam Houston Broncos, Bar Buccaneers, and Vinton Lions are all currently 4-3. The Golden Tars and Sulphur are 3-4, and the Washington Marion Indians are 1-6 for the season so far. I talked to Iowa's head coach, Tommy Johns, about staying strong for the rest of the season.
Well, I think number one, Tomas, we're going to have to continue to build on what we've done so far this season. Hopefully, we can stay injury-free and keep playing and improving week in and week out and keep this thing going. And, that can be a very difficult task to stay consistent throughout the season. We got a tough schedule ahead, and hopefully we can keep playing the way we have over the last 6 weeks.
We'll keep you posted on how our season progresses for our local teams. With CPSB-TV Sports Report, I'm Tomas Rubio.
Hundreds of students showed up for the annual CPSB College and Career Fair this week. Representatives from all over 50 colleges, universities, businesses, industries, and military branches were there to talk to students about learning and career opportunities.
A lot of the times they don't know the paths to go through to get into, say, like a game studio. This is kind of the first step for both filmmakers, for both game artists, programmers, designers, to kind of understand that game and film pipeline from start to finish and get a lot of hands-on experience with making different projects in both game and film.
There were also sessions on financial aid and scholarships. The fair is put on every October by CPSB's Career and Technical Education Department. If you're looking for some Halloween or fall fun in the coming days, there's something for everyone from Lake Charles all the way up to the Ritter.
The Lost Hollows Haunted Attraction is the largest and most terrifying outdoor hunt in Lake Charles. It opens Friday and Saturday with the special lights out on Friday, November 1st. Individual tickets prices are $30 and $50 for a fast pass.
Now, let's head up the road to the Ritter. That's where you'll find the Gothic Hanging Jail that's used as a haunted house in October. Tickets to the Haunted Tale attraction are $20 per person. You have a few more chances to experience the Gothic Jail after dark, October 25th and October 26th, from 7:30 and 11:30 p.m., and Halloween night between 6 o'clock and 9:30 p.m.
Want to see pumpkins fly across I-10 North Beach? The City of Lake Charles and Region 5 STEM Center are teaming up for the return of the popular pumpkin chunking contest. It will happen from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, November 2nd at I-10 North Beach. Teams will build their own pumpkin launcher and then have the opportunity to put their creation to the test. If you want to grab a pumpkin for a great cause, stop by the pumpkin patch at Moss Bluff United Methodist Church. Every year in October, they open this pumpkin patch to the community with all proceeds benefiting missions in the lake area and beyond. We talked to some volunteers at the patch about why this cause is so important to them.
It is such a joy to see all the people and the little children who come through. It's so much fun to see all the children who come through and have fun with the pumpkins and play with the games. We really enjoy it.
Right now, I want to help out mainly because if I don't help out, I feel like I'm missing out. And if I don't help out, it's like I'm not doing enough. I want to do a lot. I want to do as much as I can.
The pumpkin patch is located on Sam Houston Jones Parkway in Moss Bluff. They're open each day through Halloween.
That will do it for this edition of CPSB-TV.
Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you next time.